and having that moment where Paul, who's so stoic with his emotions, says, "You're more like a son to me," and Jimmy kind of makes the choice to go into the restaurant for himself, is so wonderful and makes me cry every time I rewatch it. I wanted to ask you both about just the experience of shooting a scene with that much importance together.
Well, that's how you feel, right?
What I feel is that there's a very clear idea there. There's a job to be done.
No, it's for the money.
No. But it's the work. And my scene partner is a substantial component of everything. When I'm with him, everybody that I work with on this show is one of the most exceptional actors I've ever had the chance to work with. But he's so deep into the story that every scene I have with him is like, this is the essential point of this whole. My character is like interpreting his character in a way that really makes my job clear. And whenever I work with him, it's like I get, well, you always get back what you give, but it's like there's no effort. It's just we get to spend time together. Doing this thing is just it's better than a real job.
Special day for me that I get to remember my whole life. The scene on the balcony that Harrison and I have the episode before, I also get to remember and have my whole life, because I know this wasn't the question, but I really wanted to do that scene well because I was doing it with Harrison and I really wanted him to be proud of me. And it's true. And I finished doing this thing where I really let loose on Harrison and they yelled cut, and Harrison looked at me and he said, "You did it, kid!" It happened. And I think about it all the time. Like, I really get to have that. The thing I got to have in that scene with Harrison for that last one was, it was a very loud day that day. And they hadn't locked up the street quite right. And so we were gonna do this scene and there were all these trucks. I don't know if you remember this, but we really couldn't do the scene and there was a delay and it was a little hard to focus in. Harrison said, "Let's take a walk." And we walked up and down Ventura Boulevard in LA, like there's just traffic going by, there's people walking by, and we ran our lines for like 45 minutes until they figured this thing out. And we got back and we looked at each other, and we were like, all right, let's do this. And then we shot this scene, and it's just like having I felt like, oh my God, at this moment, this is my teammate. And we're building this scene together, and we're gonna go around whatever obstacles we have to go around, and I just felt like I had the best damn partner in the whole world to do that scene. And those two moments, I was very scared. I knew they were coming all season, oh God, I gotta do these well. I gotta do them really well. I don't wanna let Harrison down, or my show down, my writers down. And I just felt like it would be impossible not to nail it. You're with him.
Yeah, we were dancing to the same music. And that's the writing. So there's no denying. I will tell you, half the scenes I go into on this show, I don't know what's going to happen. Because while I know what the intention of the writers is, I don't care.
What?
It's not his face.
No, don't get this wrong. I care desperately, but Marlon Brando, I don't listen to a lot of what I hear about advice about acting, but I once heard that Marlon Brando said, he's said to have said, you can't care, or they'll see it on your face. Well, if you don't care a shitload before you get there, that's not going to be a bad thing. But if the writer cared and you recognized, with these kind of people, you just have to show up. And it happens. It's fucking magic.